Hi everybody, I'm Nolan Huffman. Thanks for joining us for East Texas in Focus tonight. Let's get started with our topic. Well, tonight we are focusing on Stephen F. Austin State University. SFA, of course, calls the city of Nacogdoches home and is the newest member of the University of Texas system. Until 2023, SFA was one of the only two public universities in Texas operating independent from one of the state's 7 university systems. Currently, SFA offers more than 120 areas of study and is home to a nationally recognized and one of only 2 schools of forestry in the state of Texas. Since joining the UT system, the university has been going through a major transformation and attracting more students than ever before. And this fall, Stephen F. Austin State University is among at least 5 colleges here in East Texas that say they have welcomed a historic number of students this semester. Ella Mitchell tells us how some of these universities are handling the spike in enrollment and the challenges that also come along with it.
A few weeks into the school year, and there's a lot of new faces on East Texas campuses. 4 local universities are reporting record-breaking enrollment.
It shows that there's a real hunger, a real desire throughout the region for the type of education that we offer.
East Texas Baptist University is setting a new record with 1,944 students this fall.
People are realizing that a degree from an institution like ETBU is really a worthy investment.
ETBU says they are feeling blessed to have the space to welcome all of the new students.
I'll say that it's encouraging to look out and see full parking lots, but we're very blessed to have facilities that can support this new growth.
In Nacogdoches, Stephen F. Austin State University welcomed nearly 2,800 first-time undergraduate students, a 31% increase compared to last year.
You can certainly feel the excitement on campus.
Many lumberjacks worry about not being able to find parking spots or a dorm with the surge of students.
With growth, like anything else in life, there are going to come with growing pains. And so as the campus expands, we have to address our infrastructure. We're at 99.6% on our capacity. So we have to address that.
To make room for its growth, SFA tells us they are working to upgrade and expand.
We will be taking a new residence hall project to the UT system board this spring, because we know that we've got to enhance our and add to our residence life facilities. We've got the strength of the UT system behind our incredible institution, and we're really excited about where we're going.
Other colleges experiencing a growth spike are Wiley College, with their highest enrollment numbers since 2018, and Texas A&M at Texarkana, with a 40% enrollment increase this fall, a testament to East Texas education, growing and learning.
All right, again, that was Ella Mitchell with that report. And recently, news anchor Isaac Ramirez had the opportunity to travel to Nacogdoches there and meet with SFA's president, Dr. Neal Weaver. Now, we had the chance to ask Dr. Weaver about this new record number of students, what's new around the campus this semester as well, and the big change is still coming for all the lumberjacks. We'll let Isaac take over for now, and we'll be right back after their conversation.
He is the university's 11th president and the first to lead SFA as a member of the University of Texas system. Dr. Neal Weaver is a seasoned higher education leader with a vision to elevate SFA in East Texas and in our state. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Weaver.
Oh, glad to do it.
We are starting off the fall semester with some really good news here at SFA. A record number of undergraduate applications going into the semester, the most ever for a fall semester. What do you think are the factors driving that increase?
Yeah, there's a lot of excitement around SFA right now, and it's really been exciting, one, to be a part of the system. So we're part of the CAP program through the University of Texas system, where we're allowed to recruit students who also apply to the University of Texas at Austin. We've expanded the Purple Promise to make sure that students have access to higher education. We've built relationships with our 2-year partners through our Lumberjack Transfer Alliance, and then of course we've started the Lumberjack Launch Program with public schools throughout East Texas to make sure that students have all of their issues resolved by the time they get here. They have access, and we're providing all the resources necessary for them to be successful, but also get in the doors and make sure the opportunity exists for them.
And you could feel the energy here on campus, lots of good vibes here at SFA. So it's been officially 2 years now since the university joined the University of Texas system. What has a transition meant for students, faculty, and the future of SFA?
Yeah, it gives the university a really solid foundation to work from. Obviously, the University of Texas system has resources and support for both faculty and students so that we can access incredible resources, and we're not out here doing it on our own anymore. We have partners, we have relationships at other institutions where you don't have to figure it out all on your own anymore. And so that's been a great help for the institution. But underneath all of that, the University of Texas system is absolutely committed to access and opportunity for students, making sure that every student in East Texas has the opportunity to attend and the access that's necessary to move them forward in their life. Depending on what their choices are, we want to be there to support them.
You say the word access, which is very important because data does reveal that over the last 3 decades, the cost to go to college across the U.S. has gone up, almost doubled or tripled. What is SFA doing to keep tuition and fees affordable for East Texas families and their children?
Yeah, I think we're fortunate in Texas as a general rule. Tuition and fees in the state of Texas are generally pretty low, and the legislature makes sure that we don't raise tuition all the time, and they do a great job of providing state allocations to make sure that we can operate and provide high quality education without having to ramp up tuition all the time. The University of Texas system also takes a very important role, and they've expanded the Purple Promise program, so now any student that comes from a family that earns less than $100,000 a year can attend Stephen F. Austin tuition and fee free. So we're working both with the federal government, with our state government, and with the system to make sure that students have the resources they need. It should not be out of anybody's reach. If they want to come, if they have the will and the desire and the academic background, this place is available to them.
You talk about the expansion of that program. I didn't know much about it. I am a graduate of SFA. I don't think that existed back in the day. So let's dive in a little bit more about that program. How has it benefited families and the university as well?
Right. Well, 2 years ago, our program was available to families who made less than $30,000 a year. So in 2 years, it's gone from a family income of $30,000 to $100,000. Just think about the enormous number of people who are now able to benefit. The doors to the institution are opening really, really wide. And when you take that particular concern off the table, first generation students, right? That is something that is very concerning to them. How are we going to pay for it? Once that's removed, now we start thinking about what kind of resources do we need? Can we get the books? Can we get the support? Can we get, how do you maneuver within higher education? But access through cost is really, really being addressed by that. And the University of Texas system has made that a top priority. It's not just here at Stephen F. Austin, it's at all the institutions across the system. So the commitment from our system to keeping higher education affordable is remarkable.
It really does take away an excuse from a lot of kids who say, well, I can't go to college because it's expensive. Well, you can, with this program. I do want to ask, there are some folks out there who think maybe it's not worth sending my kids to college anymore because it's so expensive. What's your message to those parents who believe that, going to college may no longer be worth the investment?
Yeah. Well, we say this all the time. Somebody who earns a bachelor's degree over the course of their lifetime will earn $1 million more than if they only have a high school degree. And that's certainly important from a individual earning potential perspective, but it's more than that. When you go to college, you develop your personality, you develop your connection to the community around you, and you learn not just what you need in your academic discipline, but you learn how to serve your community. You learn how to be engaged. You learn how to be a part of something bigger than yourself so that you can be on the school board, so that you can serve your church, so that you can raise money for the food bank. Whatever it is that you personally find as your passion, you get to learn and try and develop those skills along with what you get in the classroom. Everybody wants an employee that's going to show up on time. Everybody wants an employee that's going to get along with their fellow employees, that can solve problems without being told exactly what to do. That's what you learn in college. You become a great employee with the skills and the development necessary to make you very successful in whatever life you choose. Not all of us stay in the degree field that we earned our degree in, but we all have the resources and the development to be successful no matter where life takes us.
And to contribute to our growing economy, it only makes our economy stronger with that. Speaking of the economy, SFA is so important to our local economy here in East Texas. What is the university meant for local economic growth? And tell me about any partnerships that are only going to further, fuel this.
Yeah. Well, certainly we have an economic impact ourselves, but the most important economic development and the economic impact we have is by developing a workforce and making sure that our students are prepared to go to work and help people be successful. And so we are working with all of our two-year schools in our region, and we've developed the Transfer Alliance so that students who want to start in their hometown or start near their hometown don't have to stop at the end of that two-year associate's degree, but they can transfer here and develop their bachelor's degree and get into the workforce. We're trying, and we're starting to develop some online programs so that students who want to get their degree but need to stay close to home and work or help the family, they can also have access to higher education and the opportunity to develop their career. So the impact that the institution makes on the region from an economic impact is that we help the community build the workforce that can attract companies and businesses to want to locate here. And then, of course, we're starting an entrepreneurship program, which we hope will spur not just people coming here, but people starting here and developing the ideas and the businesses that will anchor East Texas.
And it's a great place to do that.
It certainly is.
Definitely. Thank you. This is part one of our conversation with Dr. Neal Weaver. After the break, we're going to talk about all the exciting new things being built on campus and learn more about Dr. Weaver himself. Stay tuned. And we continue our conversation with Dr. Neal Weaver, president of Stephen F. Austin State University. And Dr. Weaver, what are some of the biggest changes or educational initiatives happening this year?
Yeah, we're really excited about launching the entrepreneurship program, the Greg Arnold Entrepreneurship Center. We're building a new $40 million entrepreneurship center, but we're taking entrepreneurship out of the College of Business and expanding it across all academic disciplines, because we know that entrepreneurship is really the intersection of different disciplines coming together, where you're using technology in a business sense to solve a problem in agriculture. So we don't need entrepreneurship to be housed solely in the College of Business. We need it to be across the entire campus. So creating those interdisciplinary connections, making sure that students have access to the ideas and the opportunities where their plans for the future can take all of these academic disciplines, bring them together, use the new technology, use the problems that exist in the world and come up with solutions. That's going to really change the dynamics of what academics is at the institution and help students find a path where they can use all the things that they like to find a path forward in the future.
We could be here all day discussing the answer to this next question. Tell me about all the new things being built on campus.
Well, we do have a lot going on right now. We're about to open a brand new cafeteria, which we're very excited about. About a $35 million cafeteria. If you haven't ever eaten in a $35 million cafeteria, you should come and see us.
I used to eat at the old cafeteria.
And
I enjoyed the pizza there, so I'll tell you that.
The pizza's always good, and we're going to have more of it. But we're also building a brand new forestry and agriculture building, and we're going to build a entrepreneurship center and an agriculture, engineering and technology building. So those are all in the works. We have plans right now to add another residence hall, and as we look to the future, there are many, many exciting things that are coming to SFA through our relationship with the University of Texas system, but our commitment to the academic disciplines that make a difference here in East Texas. So our agriculture program is going to continue to develop and grow. We have plans for what they're going to do. Our engineering program is relatively young, but we're starting to really see that take off, the computer science program. So there's lots of construction. Don't get mad at us if the road you need to go down is blocked off for a little bit, but we're really excited about being able to develop the campus footprint to match the excitement around how many students are going to come to school here.
You know, I know some folks who are still going to SFA, and I know people who work here as well. They say with all this growth, they're like, they expect infrastructure is going to, having to deal with that too. They also brought up parking to me. What do you have to say about parking?
Well, there is a lot of parking, as is normally the case on a college campus. There's not a lot of parking near the building you may want to be in, but we have lots of parking on this campus. So bring a backpack, get out of your car, take a nice walk on our beautiful campus. We got trees and grass. It's a beautiful place to be. It's like being on a park.
It really is.
So just get out of your car and enjoy the beautiful campus that we have to offer.
All the azaleas and all the beautiful blooms.
That's right.
As well. What inspired you, Dr. Weaver, to take on this role as president of SFA, and what's been your proudest moment so far?
Well, obviously the proudest moment is always watching students cross the stage and see them change their life when they come in as a freshman and they develop, and you see them cross the stage and have a job and they're excited about their future. That's an incredible feeling from a work standpoint, knowing you helped change somebody's lives. The reason that I wanted to be here is because Stephen F. Austin has an incredible reputation around the country. It's well known for having a really unique and powerful culture. Our alumni believe in this place. Our community believes in this place. And we've been doing it for over 100 years. And when you find a school that's been doing it for this long and maintains its powerful connection to the people who have been a part of it, you know that there's something special there, and I wanted to be a part of that and help it develop as it grows again as a part of the system, and defines what it's going to be like in its second 100 years.
Mm-hmm. Which brings me to my final question, which is a two-parter. What do you want your legacy to be at SFA, and what do you say to folks about the direction SFA is heading into?
Yeah, well, the direction is really exciting because we're going to be able to grow the institution in really powerful ways that connect to the economic needs of our region, that provide opportunity for students to change the direction of their life, and not just their life, but their family's life. Every graduate, every first-time graduate changes the direction of their entire family for generations and generations. So that's an incredible, powerful responsibility of the institution, and we're committed to making sure that we do that. If my, I don't think much about my legacy, but certainly at this point in time, we are doing a lot of construction, so there hopefully will be a lot of really nice new buildings. I hope we can modernize our academic programs so that they are connected to the economic needs of our region, and we start to build these really powerful partnerships so that we're not working in isolation, but everybody that works in education in East Texas, from the very beginning, public schools, private schools, elementary, junior high, high school, two-year schools, we're all in this together, creating great pathways for students. We don't have to be in it in competition with one another. We're supposed to work together in a seamless system that allows people to develop their own personal needs in life and achieve what they want to achieve, and that's what we want to be a part of.
Very well said, Dr. Weaver. Thank you so much
for
joining us today. I like the outfit, by the way. I like the colors, purple, right, for SFA.
Right. That's right.
That was our conversation with Dr. Neal Weaver as SFA celebrates a record number of applications for undergraduates going into the fall semester, the most in university history.
All right, again, that was anchor Isaac Ramirez with our conversation right there. And just last week, Stephen F. Austin State University announced they have hired coaches for their women's golf and beach volleyball teams. This all amid an ongoing federal lawsuit regarding the cancellation of their programs there. SFA releasing a statement to Fox 51 News saying, "We have notified the Southland Conference of our intention to compete in both sports this season and remain committed to providing these opportunities for our student athletes." The bowling team's head coach position, though, remains vacant pending an appeal hearing. Earlier this summer, the university was sued by several female student athletes, claiming SFA was violating Title IX laws by cutting the programs. Fast forward to August 22nd, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals accepted the university's emergency motion to stop a lower court's order telling SFA to reinstate the teams until an appeal hearing.
You can't discriminate against women to save money. You can't discriminate against women to avoid losing money. You can't discriminate against women because some people like men more than women or want to support men's sports more than women.
According to the U.S. Department of Education, education programs and activities that receive federal funding are prohibited from discrimination based on sex by Title IX of the Education Amendments of 1972. Before our conversation with Dr. Weaver, we asked for his comment on this ongoing situation. Due to the pending legal process, he referred to us to the university's past statements. When we return tonight, why U.S. Senator John Cornyn made his way to Deep East Texas recently to visit Stephen F. Austin State University and highlight the great work they're doing on campus right there. We will be right back in just a couple of moments. Welcome back tonight. Last month, Senator John Cornyn made the trip from Washington, D.C. all the way to Stephen F. Austin State University to meet with educational leaders from across East Texas. He was here discussing and celebrating President Donald Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill. Rachel Davis finds out how it's currently impacting students there.
Monday, Senator John Cornyn heard from East Texas education leaders on the One Big Beautiful Bill Act signed into law in July 2025.
The importance of affordable schools, educated workforce, and the ability of people in East Texas to go to school close to their home.
Hearing about the impact of the Pell Grant, which received $10.5 billion in funding from the act to continue the program.
These young students who have an opportunity to go to school at great institutions close to home, but in a way that helps them avoid some of the baggage of student debt.
Junior nursing student Haley Cruz is a recipient of the grant and says without it, her college life would be completely different.
I'm able to be involved. So I am part of a sorority here. I'm an orientation leader here also, and I've done it twice now. And I'm also a Gen Jax counselor, which I mentor other first-generation college students.
Explaining this gives her and others the opportunity to expand their education without extra stress.
The Pell Grant helps me so much because at the end of the day, I don't have to worry about finance.
Gilbert College President Brenda Kay is explaining their short-term program students are getting good job offers before they even graduate.
How this changes students' lives, it does, and it breaks that cycle of generational poverty.
Cornyn left on a high note, saying he's ready to bring these stories of success back to Washington.
All right, that was Rachel Davis reporting for us. Coming up after the break tonight, closing thoughts on our topic. We'll be right back. Welcome back tonight with more than 100 years of history here in East Texas and named after one of the founders of our state. Stephen F. Austin State University continues to embody their motto, striving for personal excellence in everything that we do. Today, nearly 12,000 students attend the university there in Deep East Texas. And now, as part of the University of Texas system, SFA has the power and backing of a huge institution to attract students and grow their university. And if you ever get a chance, head down to Nacogdoches there and take a stroll through the beautiful campus, or maybe head to a game to support the Lumberjacks or the Lady Jacks. All right, that's it for tonight here in East Texas. Make sure to tune in next week as we zero on more issues right here in East Texas with East Texas in Focus. Have a great night, everybody.